Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the Saturday special. And we're doing part 2 because the last stream dropped, which is totally fine. So we're going to restart the stream here and we're going to continue working on this level layout that's constantly changing. Super duper excited about this, so I need your help. This is a real game design challenge of basically this Jenga hotel that's constantly changing. So let's jump into it. And by the way, guys, if you haven't checked out the link below, be sure to do that because it's Black Friday. There's only 3 days left and 17 hours. You're going to get 50% off full-time game dev, which is my massive 30-hour program, but also 2D Art Pro and 3D Art Pro, totally free, but only for the Black Friday sale. And there's only about 40 seats left, and this is one of the bigger sale events of the year. So be sure to check it out. Guys, this program, you know, it has great reviews for one. I'll say that. And we have 3,500 students, which is incredible. And by the way, if you're a student, let us know in the chat or the comments what you think about the program. I know what Lord Grimm thinks. Lord Grimm told me last week that he is now a full-time game developer because of the program. That doesn't mean he just quit his job and is making games. It means he has funding, he has money to work full-time. And it's because of what I taught him in the program. You can go at your own pace, and you're going to learn C#, Unity, 2D game development, 3D game development, 2D art, and 3D art. Why is this a premium program? Well, it's because it's massive. It's going to take you a couple months to finish, but also because it's taught by people who are actually doing it, right? I actually make games full time. That's my job. So be sure to check out the link below. Let's go. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, guys, where did we leave off in the previous stream? Does anyone remember? Well, I do, so shut up. Man, where we left off was we were converting all of these yellow objects, and these yellow objects move on their own every 5 seconds. This one rotates every 5 seconds. These guys rotate every 5 seconds. And it's cool because the hotel that we're building is constantly changing every 5 to 10 seconds. I'm not sure the exact time, but these blue ones are controlled by this lever down here, all right? So what we're doing is basically converting all of these core prefabs here to ones that you can shift manually. We're trying to create a bunch of Lego blocks, essentially, that we can place into a level and create a level. So let's go ahead and just shift them over really quick, okay? This one, all we got to do is change out the yellow with blue, okay? It's that simple, right? This one down here as well. Floor. Swap that out with blue, right? There we go. And then just tick this, controlled by user. There we go. Don't apply this to the root prefab. Rather, create a new prefab variant. And we're going to name this user controlled. Ooh, user controlled, right? Same is true with this platform over here, guys. Okay, wait, let's double check something here. Now we're good there. So that one's user controlled now, that one's user controlled, that one's user controlled, and then this one's user controlled. But Thomas, is it really that important to change the color? Yes, it's insanely important. It's insanely important. A noob mistake when it comes to making games is to just assume that the player will figure it out, right? Well, you don't want the player to just figure it out. You want them to know pretty fast the rules of the game so that they can take advantage of the rules, right? You want your player to know the rules of the game so that they can master them and feel good about themselves. At the end of the day, people play games to be challenged and to beat the challenge and feel good about themselves. And so you want to do that. User controlled. You want to make sure the rules are clearly defined. And I didn't do this for my first game. My first game, well, I didn't do it initially until I got terrible feedback from IGF judges. And they were like really, really dissatisfied with what I had made because they didn't understand the rules. Do you know why they didn't understand the rules? Because I didn't understand the rules. I didn't even know what the rules were. So you really should be creating rules for your game. And you should do that in a GDD. And that's a game design document. What do I mean by user control? I mean that when I press this button here, this will rotate by 1 unit, right? This will rotate, or this will move. So it allows the user to have control over the world, okay? This guy here, well, you know what's cool here? If we wanted to swap this out, we can. There's this cool tool by Jason Wyman, who's a friend of mine. By the way, if you don't follow Jason Wyman, be sure to check him out on YouTube. So I can pull this over and click swap and select this. And boop, there we go. Now it's replaced. Isn't that cool? That's a tool from Jason Wyman. The staircase. Do we have one? We do not have a staircase, so we need to swap these colors out, okay? And why are we doing this right now? Again, we're doing this so that we have all these pieces available to us when we create the levels. Something that I'm sure a lot of you have done is you think, well, I'll just build everything out manually as I build the level. And what I found is it's very important, especially with 3D game development, that you put together your materials, your prefabs, and get everything set up almost like a toolkit or a Lego bin so that you have all your pieces ready to go. And when they're ready to go and they're finalized, you sit down, you grab a cup of coffee, and you throw in your nicotine pouch. I'm sorry, you just drink your coffee, and then you start building your level, okay? That's really what I'm trying to do here. So we're trying to get everything set up so that Felipe and I on Monday will be able to start throwing these into a level and testing them out. I'll be honest with you guys, we don't really know what this game is. We're still figuring it out, okay? By the way, we need to set this to controlled by user. There we go. So we're still figuring it out. And that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes, that's why I was actually watching the making of something similar. It was Dishonored, and it's called the Clockwork Mansion. Same sort of thing here. You know, a lot of different moving pieces. And what's interesting is that they had something very similar to what we have here. A very simplistic scene. It wasn't super detailed, right? Because they didn't even know how it worked. They had to figure out how it worked and play with it before they could get it to work. That's what she said. So ultimately, the goal here is to build a toolkit that we can utilize, okay? Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I think we should include this lever in every single one of these objects. I really do. But let's at least test this out, okay? We'll just test this out. Drag this in there. Boom. And let me hit play and show you what this is, okay? Yeah, Josuke. I think that's how I say your name. I've been watching those videos about the Clockwork Mansion, and it's really inspiring. But I told Felipe today, I showed him the video, and I said, you know, I don't think we're making Clockwork Mansion. I don't think that's what we're making here. Something's moving. That's moving. Okay, this is now user controlled. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Good. Awesome. So a lot of you are probably wondering, what are these? If you haven't seen the previous streams, these actually retract and scale. Here, we set the pivot right. They're basically what you might see in an airport, you know. Anytime you have an object that moves, in this case, this object moves like this, it's going to clip into things. And so you have to retract those during the rotation so that there's no clipping. You know. Okay, so that works, right? We'll try one more. Let's just double check this one here. Go to my lever here, drag this in, hit play. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look. Oh, we got to set up the camera. Okay, let me just show you. For those of you who weren't in the previous stream, let me show you how this works. So I have my lever here, and inside every lever is actually a camera. And I can position that camera with Control-Shift-F to point at certain objects. And then that camera will enable when I press the lever. Okay, and that's all done with C# code. Put. Here we go. So we're going to control this over here. But you know what's cool about this, guys? The lever can be all the way across the level, and I can press E on it, and it will take me over to it and show it to me. Okay, so that one didn't play a sound for us, and I'm not sure why. So let's double check. Gracious, I don't know why that's the case. That's so strange. It didn't play it. Huh. How strange. Well, maybe the camera was just too far away. Let's move the camera closer and then see. No, that doesn't make sense. I should be over here and it'll still play, right? I should be way back here and I can hear the sound. I don't know why that's happening. Ah. Well, no, that's not true. I don't know why. No, it's not that, because we're changing it. I mean, let's double check though. Let's bring the scene view over here, and I'm gonna click on this guy here, and let's watch. What we're looking for is we want the script to send this to 2D mode. If that gets sent to 2D, then it's correct. The reason I'm doing that is because I want this sound to play no matter how far away I am from the camera. Here we go. It got sent to 2D mode. I think I know why. There's no start and stop sound. Nope, there it is. What about the audio source? Is it getting set up? Yeah, it's set up. What? I don't know what's going on. Let's do this. Play on awake. Good. And set it to 2D. What happens? That's so weird. So for some reason that one doesn't play. Maybe I dragged in the wrong one? That's the one. Huh. Boy, I couldn't tell you. Set it back to 3D. That's weird. Let's double check here. Turn off play and awake. Hit play. Might have been the pitch. Couldn't tell you. Let's try again. Here we go. Nope. Is the volume changing? Something's wrong, guys. Okay, well let's keep moving forward with some tests for this one here, and we'll see if we're not getting sounds with this either. If we're not getting sounds with that one either, then I know what's going on, or I think I know what's going on. Yeah, so let's take this. That's our lever, and so what I want to do is drag this into our lever. Okay, there we go. It might be because the audio source is playing from an incorrect location. That still doesn't make sense. Move our camera over here and then hit play. Thomas, check the other one. You just updated all the prefabs. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is it's gonna move this here. Okay? Gordon, can you figure out what's going on? No, it doesn't matter how far it is because it's 2D. Look, it's not playing the sound. How strange. It's 2D though. Okay, well that one works. Is there any other to check? I'm gonna check the stairs really quick, and then if the stairs aren't working either, then it's probably something with the code. Probably something with the code. And we'll also see if maybe there's a null reference exception that I'm just not seeing, you know? Anyway, let's drag this up here just so we have access to it, and then drag it in. Move the camera. Remember the camera, we can position it like there, right? And then hit play. Oh, check the distance. Yes, yes. Kojima, that's right. We're checking the distance at the wrong time. Yes, yes, very, very good. Thank you. So, that's it. That sound should only play if the. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kojima. Round of applause to Kojima. What is it? Oh, do a applause emoji in the chat. Applause emoji or prayer hands in the chat for Kojima. Basically, we wrote a condition in the previous stream that said, look, if the distance is far enough, is close, if the player's close enough, then play the sound. Well, in the case of pulling a lever, this is a little different because originally it was everything's moving all the time, even if you're not pressing the lever. But these are the user controlled blocks. And so if the player pulls that lever, we want to hear that sound, right? So here's what we do. If distance from player is smaller than or equal to audio source or is controlled by user, there it is, then play the sound, right? That's it. That's it. That's all we got to do, guys. A round of applause to Kojima. Thank you so much. And by the way, guys, those of you just joining us, just remember that you can get 50% off full-time game dev, which is my massive 30-hour program with over 3,500 students worldwide with incredible reviews. And by the way, if you're a student, let us know in the chat what you think about the program. This only lasts for 4 more days. And also, guys, you're going to get 2D Art Pro and 3D Art Pro, which are my 2D and 3D art programs, totally free. This is a premium program, okay? So it's a little bit more expensive than the other programs. The reason why is because it's massive, for one, and it's also taught by somebody in the trenches, okay? So I have this, well, my shtick. Where's the frickin' lever? What? Oh, I had moved it. You just dumb boy. There it is. I had moved it. Yeah, my thing is I'm really proud about the program is that it's taught by somebody who actually does it. So, but it's also massive. It's huge. It's a huge program. So that's why it's premium. It's not one of those small courses. It's basically like a college program. It's really big. Anyways, guys. Anyways, shut up, Thomas. Shut up. So if we hit play here, we should now hear the sound of that moving platform. You're in high school, Hello World's in high school, and they want to know exactly what they should do to get into the game industry. The best way to get into the game industry is make really good content. Really good games. Because I don't care who you are. When you email me and you want to get to know me, or you want to work with me, if your portfolio sucks, at the very least, I'm not going to want to work with you. I might talk to you and give you advice, but I'm not going to work with you. Your work is the most important thing. If there's anything I want you to focus on, what the F? I don't think it's, yes. If there's anything, yeah, the stairs. We're working on the stairs. Let's swap it over though to this here. There we go. So that's the clock bridge. Yeah, if you're gonna reach out to me, or if you reach out to anybody, they want to know. They want to know that you're actually good. So just spend your time making good stuff. Fresh. Okay. Here we go. Ready, guys? There it is. Awesome. Truth is, I want to kind of see. I want to see the lever move before we see all that stuff. Right? So I think what I want to do here is actually have a enumerator wait for seconds that occurs. Like it's like 0.3 seconds maybe. I want to wait before it does something. I mean, this might cause some problems if the player spams, but I want to see that lever move before it changes cameras. How do you motivate yourself if you don't believe in your abilities? It really for me, it comes down to first what you believe about yourself and what you believe about the environment. So first, let's talk about the environment. You should understand, what I mean is people around you, game developers around you, including Thomas Brush. He didn't just somehow wake up and learn how to make games, right? He had to struggle just like you. So whenever I wake up in the morning, I just tell myself, even the most successful people in the world struggle every day. So struggling to make games, it's not some unique thing to you. Everybody's struggling to make games. It's a very difficult thing. Now, what you should tell yourself is, I just visualize the future and I tell myself, there is no reason why this isn't going to be the greatest game. I just don't let myself think differently. Okay, for some reason I didn't see it. Thomas, you moron. It's because of this. Yes. Okay, so there's a little bit of an issue here. I want it here and I want it here. But I also want it to... Here we go. So we see the crank move, and then we wait for seconds, and then it goes. I feel like that's an issue. Oh, Numata says, I love the course. Not to be sappy, but you really did change my life. 2023 will be the year I go full-time game dev. Numata, that's awesome. I'm really excited for you. I can never promise to anybody that you're going to do this full-time. I can never promise that. And I make sure I tell everybody that. I can't promise anything. But I can tell you what I did. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so there's a delay with the sound now, and we don't want that. This right here. We'll do a flip sound here. Wait, what? We don't want that. We want this. There we go. So a flip sound there, and then we'll also do a flip sound here. Truth is, though, we should have a flip sound regardless. So it should always play. And then it does all this crap here. I think that's okay, guys. Let's try it out. You are going to make a block out of designing the levels, etc. before all the details. Oh, yes, absolutely, of course. So, yeah, right now we're just creating the pieces for the block out, and then we do the block out, and then we finalize. We've already finalized one level, but it doesn't have any moving pieces. So, I'm running out of brain space. I'm kind of confused right now if this is going to work. There we go. Kind of a lot of pressure letting people watch you code, especially when you're pulling your hair out trying to solve problems. Yeah, that's true. Good, it works. So it doesn't matter how many times you press it. You can spam the hell out of it, doesn't matter. All right, guys, that's great news. Okay, one final thing that I wanted to do here. This is super important, actually. We want to be able to disable this lever, and here's why. This lever is a very important lever. It's a very empowering lever, isn't it? I could change the level whenever I want. But what if there was a moment when, let's say you decide to pull that lever and turn the stairs. What if you went up the stairs and at the top of the stairs was a trigger zone that disabled the button? So now you're committed to going up that path. What that means is we can create pathing, and we can make certain levels have a certain path for one person and a certain path for another one. It's essentially a door locking behind you. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new variable, public boolean activated, or I would call this is enabled, not enabled, but is enabled, and by default it's true. Okay. And then all we got to do is wrap this condition in the enumerator. So if is enabled, then we can do all this crap. But Thomas, just make it break or return or whatever. No, I like to wrap it. I'm going to wrap it. Hey, Gordon, are you here? I don't think Gordon's here. Anyway. Now what we need to do is create a lever disabler, okay? So the level disabler is essentially, it's just a trigger zone, and then it disables a lever when you enter it. Hey Andrew, can you ban SEXFIND? And Gordon as well. One of you. Thank you. Okay, now, trigger. Let's go ahead and create that trigger zone, all right? So I actually have an animator trigger that we're already gonna use. Let's type in trigger here. We have a lot of different triggers. Object activate trigger. So this right here, it actually can deactivate objects, okay? We don't wanna do that, and I'm actually gonna zero out this. I'm gonna reset it actually, okay? And we'll do 4x4x4, a big old friend, okay? And I'm just gonna put him on top of right here for now, okay? And some of you are probably thinking, this is the stupidest thing. Why are we doing this? This is gonna change everything. Again, if I can disable these levers, that means that the player has to commit to pulling that lever for the final time. So they go, all right, I just pulled that lever. That means that I'm going to go up those stairs. When you get to the top of the stairs, you press a pad and you've committed. That's the path you have to take. And it's going to disable that lever. We'll probably have a gate go over the lever, and then you're committed, right? Alrighty, guys. Sorry, I'm just reading text. Okay, so I'm going to take this object activate script and I'm going to duplicate it, okay? And we're going to call this lever deactivator. Lever deactivate, I can't spell, deactivate trigger, okay? Lever deactivate trigger. I'm going to copy that so that I can paste it inside the script here. There it is. And we're going to say, what's the lever? And I'm going to say which lever. And all we're going to do is if it's the player and if which lever exists, which lever dot is enabled. I really should call this lever Let's change this value here to what's going on. Equals false. There we go. I'm going to go to which lever here, and I'm actually going to change it to, or I'm going to go to the lever here, and I'm actually going to change this to is activated. Okay. And that's all we need, is activated. Now, there's no reason I feel to set it to true. Maybe we'll do that eventually, and I can change the script then, but this is great. Sadly, oh, this is such a pain. Oh man, I don't want to do this. I hate this. I don't think it's that big of a deal. We're going to need to show it on camera. So we have to set up a whole camera system. Such a frickin' pain. But we'll do it here. So it'll be an IEnumerator. We'll create an IEnumerator, and this is going to be deactivate lever. And there's our IEnumerator. Why? Oh, that's fine. Okay, so deactivate. Why? Oh, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't return a value, meaning we got to do a Boolean. Or, yeah, let's do this. So we're going to do freeze game, camera.enabled equals true. I'm literally just copying from the lever script because that shows a camera. And so we're going to copy that one here and just do this. That's it. I think it's not that bad, right? Okay, so we freeze the game. We enable serialized field. This is our camera. And we're going to call this lever camera. We're going to enable the camera. Lever camera dot enabled equals true. We're going to wait for 3 seconds. And we're also going to, now we don't need to set any of the spatial blends for the audio. And then we're going to disable the camera. And that's it. Hey, that's not bad. And here's what we're going to do. No, stop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the I don't think the latch sound is going to communicate much to the player. You really got to make sure you're super, super, super specific. Where's the trigger? Okay, good. So here's the prefab. I'm going to unpack this prefab. And we're going to call this lever deactivate trigger. And we're going to remove this component here, and we're going to add in that new component, which is our lever deactivate trigger. There it is. Which lever we need to specify? This one. Wait, what? What's this? Lever object controller. It's right there. So let me drag it in. There it is. Good. And then we also want to take this and this little camera here, gate camera, we're going to paste that and actually bring it up here and make it a child. And the reason why we're doing this is because I want to be able to position the camera, this camera right here, and it will show me that this gets deactivated, okay? All right, so now I can drag in here. Here's our lever camera right there. And now I can go ahead and create a new prefab out of this. And so we can use this over and over and over again, right? Just for simplicity's sake, just to see that it's working, what we're going to do is we're going to wait 3 seconds and let's actually wait 1 second, and then the lever itself, what I'm going to do is just disable the entire lever, okay? Just for the purposes. Wait. Ah, yes, it's going to be right here. Good. Okay, so we need to start the IO enumerator, or start the coroutine, and that's going to be deactivate lever. Start that coroutine, and we can't. Sorry, I'm thinking here. We need to have a serialized, or we need to have a private variable called has been. No, we'll do if. Sorry, guys, I'm just thinking out loud here. And lever. What is it? Which lever dot activated? Which lever dot is activated? So basically, what we're saying is, if it is activated, then deactivate it. But if it's deactivated, don't do it again. Okay. Whew, okay. Now we started the coroutine, and in that case, we need to also deactivate it. Okay. Is activated equals false, and then we can also say this. I'm just going to have it disable. Okay. Set active. Which lever dot game object. This is just for me to see it for now. Game object dot set active to false. Okay, there we go. Hey, that's good to me. Want to try it out, guys? Let's see if it works. And we need to set it to is trigger is false. I'm going to remove the audio source, and then we're going to apply this. Good. So what's cool here is we have a bunch of building blocks that allow us to build a variety of different puzzles, right? And that's the goal here. Plenty of shooting, plenty of puzzles. Okay, where is that? Is it this pad here? Good. It works. I'm surprised it worked. So guys, what does that mean? It means we have to, eventually you have to commit to which direction you did. So for example, here's a really good example. If there were two doors here, a door here and a door here, and I could open one or open the other one, I choose to open this one, and then when I walk through, I hit that trigger zone, and I've then committed. Right? So that's why we're doing that. There's one more issue here, and that is that, man, there's a lot here. Let's just do the sound really quick. Let's go ahead and find a. It's getting dark in my office. Let's go to artlist.io. Actually, we already have a gate close sound. Here, I'll show it to you. Gate close. Yep, that's great. That's all we needed. So, for now, I'm not going to make anything look specific. For now, all we're going to do is, we actually do need that audio source. What I mean is I'm not going to make anything look polished. I just want to play that sound effect. So we're going to do audio source. Audio source. And then we're going to do audio clip, which is serialized. Okay, right about here. Audio source dot play one shot audio clip. There we go. And this is going to be actually the deactivate sound. Good. Okay. And so that's just going to play that sound for us. I'm going to just set it to a 2D sound. There's no reason why it should be 3D because I want the player to always hear it. So it's just, and it's going to come from the trigger zone, right? So 2D is totally fine. And we'll do the gate close sound. You could also do the lock. No, this is fine. Good, good, good. Really quick, we want to make sure that we find it, right? So on start, we want to find it. So void start. And we're going to do audio source equals get component audio source, right? Who, Alan Watts? Really? What's a good Alan Watts quote that fits the game? Let me know. I'd like to know. Okay. So far, so good. Turn off play on awake. And that will disable. That will disable it. So let's hit play here and take a look. So if I can turn it here. Good. Okay, I like that. I've committed. Now let's move forward. Let's wait for this to go. Remember the trigger's over here. Awesome. Made the commitment. So now we have to move forward with what I decided over here. That's exactly what we have to do. And there's no change in it. This is basically, essentially the player kind of carves their own path. And I really like that. I really, really like that. So we're going to do that. That's cool. There's also this one other thing that I wanted to do. Man, it's tough though. I don't know if I should do it now. The only way to make sense of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Yeah, that's cool. I like that quote. Very, very cool. Yep. All right. You know, I have this theory. I'm just thinking, guys, sorry. I'm going to talk out loud and it's going to be annoying. Okay. This is a game design issue. Committing to a specific rotation is great. That works. Because I've decided the path I want to take. I've pressed that and the rotation has occurred. And then I go up here and I walk through and bang, the lever disables. And now I can only go these three paths. But it doesn't necessarily work with walls. So for example, this guy, if he moves up, then he has no use to me. Basically what I'm saying is you can't create two different paths. I guess you could though. I think we're okay. I think we're okay with the pieces we have. What I'm saying is the point of this lever in a lot of ways, the point of this lever is to force the player to choose a path. Paths are created from the rotating objects, and even this one, because it could be this path or this path. Even for the stairs, right? This path or this path. Choose one. With the blocks, not so much. The blocks really, they need their own, they need like a pair. So you need this one and that one. And then when you move one, one goes up and then the other goes down. Ah, I see, Thomas. So you would need to have two different ones inside. So it would be a pair. It would be a pair. I can do that. Okay, let's create a pair. All right. So that's a user-controlled block. But let's go ahead and create a user-controlled block pair. Ah, yes. So we have a mesh here, and we also have a mesh here. And these two, so they're going to have mesh 1 and mesh 2. And we can just position them. What's going on? Why? What happened? Why? Is it because I'm holding shift? What? Why? Something's going on. Okay, so that's... Okay, so this is the pair. That's the single. So this is the pair. Why am I doing pairs, guys? So that the player chooses one path or the other. Let's say there's a door underneath this block. It's like... And the player has to decide which one do I want to go under? Or which one do I want to go up, right? Does that make sense? There we go. Ugh. All right. Very cool. All right, so this is actually pretty easy. What we do is we duplicate this. Clock blocks duo. Clock block. That's a funny name. Clock block. So there's mesh 1 and mesh 2. I'm going to select this and just drag it in there. And this is a prefab variant of a variant, right? There we go. So we have our pair. So we have mesh 1 and mesh 2. And so this one goes up like this, see? And it's going up to what position? 8. So in this case, this one starts at 8. Okay, see? It starts at 8. Start me at 8. Goes down to 0. I didn't think it was going to be this easy, but it is. See, this is, guys, so many of you are like, I'm sorry, I'm going to just say it. Some of you were being silly the other day. You were saying, stop using Animator. Why are you using Animator? You should do it with code. The reason why is because I want to be able to do this, which is have complete control over a variety of different objects and animations. So when I pull a lever, it changes a lot of different things. I could have 20 different objects and they all go and come up because of using Animator. So I forgive you. That should do it, friends. So this is what's going to happen. See? So if I were to take this, rotate it like this, and like, for example, position it against a wall, and I had a platform over here. So let's say this one. Oops, I just did an animation change. We don't want that. Control Z, Control Z. There we go. If I were to take this, guys. Oh, shoot. Darn it. I'm going to copy this really quick. Then delete it. And then we need to swap this out with the duo. I'll show you what I mean here in just a sec. So now we're at the duo. What's the animation called? Let's double check. Block 8x8 movement. We're going to call this. Do I need to duplicate it? I think I do. Block 8x8 duo. It's going to be block duo. So good to be good with naming conventions. Movement. There we go. All right. And then drag it in here. And again, We have all these parameters we got to set. Good, good, good. Do we want it to loop? Sure. And then set it as layer default. Good. Oh, it's already going to set. Awesome. Now, there it is. Good. Paste. Yay. So everything's set up. Woo. Okay. That's good to go. So now what happens is if I rotate this and I decide, hey, you know what? I want to position this guy over here like this. Now, all I got to do is let's say we go to our lever here, drag in our clock object. Yep. Let's position the camera right here. So now we'll have two objects. Again, why do I want two objects? What happened just now? Didn't work. There we go. Why do I want two objects? Okay. Because I want to force the player to choose a path. Okay. And here's what I mean. If I take this is just a test case. If I take this here and one here, okay, we'd also need a platform down here for the player to like be able to get onto those. Let's just do this for now. So now the player can get, can the player even get on those? He can. He can. So what we would need to do then is this. Sorry guys, I know I'm being annoying here. This. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And then we would have these paths right here that the player could choose. So that, let's say they could go to a door over here. Or they could go to a door over here. And then if we take this trigger zone, this right here, and put it right here, assuming that they went through a door here. Great. Or we could even put it over here too. So one or the other, right? That script should actually work. And the reason why is when we go into this here, yeah, which lever is not going to be activated? Anyway, so sorry. Long story short, if I double check here, what's happening here? What's this? Okay. Long story short, if I go to my lever, there it is. Good. These block pairs will be awesome. Okay, it's going to work. So here's what I mean, guys. This is the door here, and this is the door here, right? I'm forcing the player to make a decision. That's what we're doing. And do we do this all the time? No, it's not like we have this all over the place. But it does force the level to be created. And what does that mean? It means the player's going to go, well, dang it, I want to play the game again. Because there's two doors up here, one here and one here, right? Okay, so let's see if I can jump on that. I don't think I can. Ah. Okay, so I can't do that. So what we could do is, well, we could have a stairwell going to it. But anyway, point being, let's bring these down. Ah, yes. All we need is like I thought, which is this. I think these are 8 by 8. Yeah. So you can't jump 8 by 8. So here we go. There we go. Alrighty. So now we'll be able to jump on them, right? Does this make sense what I'm saying, guys? You know, it's not procedural. I don't like playing. What am I saying? I don't like games that are procedural, personally. Like I think Dead Cells is one of them, right? I don't like Dead Cells. I really didn't like that game. Rather, this game is, it's always different every time you die, but you can figure it out because there's only like 3 different paths. So here we go. Okay. This is tough, actually. I'm kind of confused, actually, now. A better way of describing this, guys, sorry to be so annoying here, it would be something like this. If we go to our Pro Builder window, and we were to cut holes in this, let's say, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it this way. This is just for me to see kind of. All right, here's what we'll do. I just want to see what this is. So I'm going to take this. Let's pretend this is a door. This helps me out a lot. This is a door, and then this is a door. Okay? What we do is we put these in front so that the player is forced to choose a door. Yep. The paths can when it comes to replayability, the paths can reveal more story and yes, potentially change the game's ending. But also some paths are more rewarding than others. And so there's a lot of speed running stuff available as well. But it also plays into the trope of the entire game. The trope is it's an ever-changing tower. And that's what we've got currently. We've got all these different ways of changing the tower. Okay, so let's press E here. And now you'll see that? Now we have a new door available and the other one's shut. Does that make sense, guys? And now, if I were to go through this door, boom, it would destroy this, and now I'm officially locked into this path that I'm going to take. That's the idea. I think it's a good one. I like it a lot. What do you guys think about that? So this is the pair. Good. I don't like that one there. Yeah, it's more Zelda vibes. I think you're totally right. So I would not call it procedural generation. I wouldn't even call it roguelike. It's rather just, look, the game is different every time you play it. And unless you choose the same paths over and over again, it's going to be different. And this is great because when streamers play the game, they're going to be saying, oh, wow, like this was really fun. And they're going to praise the game and they're going to love the game and it's going to get 5 million views. And then the audience is going to, this is my dream, the audience says, well, I want to buy that game because I would have gone in that door and I would have gone in that door and I would have gone up that staircase. That's the idea. Whether it plays out, whether it manifests, we have yet to see, but I think it's pretty cool. We have one more pair to create. And I need to get Felipe to make those panels as well. I don't think we have a panel, do we? I need also walls that come down. Yeah. Nope, there it is. That's it. Yep, it's up there. Okay, I need to create a pair, okay? So same thing with the walls, guys. We need to create a pair. So we're going to call this user-controlled wall pair. We're going to copy this mesh, pull it over here. This is called mesh 2. We're going to take the animator, clock wall 8, and I believe we can duplicate that clock wall duo or pair. It's duo. It's duo. Freaking called duo. Why did I call it duo? Ugh. It's pair. Sorry, one sec. Use the right lingo, Thomas. Block pair. Block pair. And then the same is true with these guys here, which is going to be pair. Good, good, good. The animator is going to be called pair. We're going to drag that in on here. There we go. That's the pair. But we also want to make sure that we duplicate there's a lot of stuff to do, but once it's done, you know. Wall 8x8 pair movement. Good. And then we can drag that in, set it as layer default, delete this one, but we got to make sure that we set this parameter to direction. Good, good, good. All right, and now what we can do is, this is the pair movement. Good, good, good. So we start here. This one is going to start at 8, and it's going to go down to 0. And then this one's 480. This one will be at 8, right? Yes. So there we go. Those now move like that. So those will do the same thing. They'll be able to cover doors and cover wall hallways, stuff like that. So good, good, good. All right. So let's go ahead and save this one. This is a new one. Prefab variant. Good. That was pretty fast, actually. Let's just double check that it works. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to just drag this here. I'm going to hit play, and we're going to take a look. Did I ever pick a name for the game? I'm not really. I'm really struggling. I understand that your game name doesn't have to describe everything about the game. I get that. But I still kind of want it to. Like Twisted Tower. I'm kind of set on Twisted Tower. So we'll see. All right, let's hit it. Good. Awesome. Hey, Chris. Guys, let's say hello to Chris. By the way, we're going to give Chris mod status because Chris has worked on the music for the game. So let's give Chris mod status really quick. Open browser. There he is. Hey, Chris. Chris gets mod status. Yay, there we go, Chris. Good work. And by the way, guys, those of you just joining us, just remember that full-time game dev is 50% off right now for 4 more days. It does support the channel, but more importantly, it does support your future. You're also going to learn 2D Art Pro and 3D Art Pro. You can get these totally free. There's only 40 seats left, and it's a massive program with over 3,500 students, incredible reviews, really good reviews. And even recently, 2 of my students went full-time. Lord Grimm, you can find them on Twitter. Miss Cloud Games just became a full-time indie game developer. I could not have done it without your course. And also, Chris at Squidshot Games. He said, I am now officially a full-time game developer. He said, what is real life even? Thomas Brush's course works, everyone. Obviously, guys, I can't make any promises, but I can tell you what I've done and what these students have done. It's in the course. This could be the moment and the step that you need to take for 2023. So check it out below. Sale events like this don't last forever. Actually, they don't at all. They last for 3 days. And then I don't know if I'll have one like this for a while. All right, let's jump back into Unity here. Okay, so that works great. We've got one more in this style. Okay, the pairs are really important. Okay, this is another sort of pairing, I think, because you could have 2 bridges. One goes to one door, one goes to another door, right? So I like the idea of having a pair for our bridges as well. So I'm going to call this clock bridge. This is not a clock bridge. That's a user-controlled bridge. User-controlled bridge. Good, good, good. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to call this user-controlled bridge pair. Very good. Go to this. This is the bridge pair. We're going to rename the animator as well. Whoopsie. Son of a bee. Hold on. Good. And go to animator here. Drag. Snag this. Sorry, guys. I know this is ugly or boring, but just give me just a minute. Bridge movement. Bridge pair movement. This is going to be the pair. Good. And that means that we also need to drag in bridge pair movement. Set that as the layer default. and also add the parameter there. And this guy, we will duplicate the mesh. It's mesh 2. And yep, all we got to do is, look, mesh 1 is going from that position to -16. So this one needs to start at -16. Okay. No, hold on. Yikes. The bridge is a little different. We're going to do something a little different here, guys. I want to be able to move them. Without the animator getting in the way. So we're going to type something here. Bridge 1. And I'm going to put it inside. Oh, can I put it inside there? Yes, I can. Okay, here's what we'll do. Haha. Yes. Good, okay. So the poly shape we can shift over. Okay, so it can work. Here's what I mean, guys. If I want the poly shape over here, I can do that. And this is still going to move, okay, properly. So I can move the poly shape over and position it wherever I want. So if I wanted it over here, and it would still animate. So I think we're okay. Whew, okay. I don't really like the name of that. I think I'm going to call it polyshape 2. Sorry, I just want to be really clear with my naming conventions. There we go. Paste. Mesh 2 position. I don't like that. So this is going to be -16 to start. And then go to 0 here. And then go to -16 again. What does this mean, guys? It means that they're shifting like this, but I can move them in this direction all I want, right? So I can position them all over the place. Awesome. Very good. But we're going to go back in time because we don't want that. Because I apparently changed the... Here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to set this one to... why not, -8. Really, it should be -16. There we go. So we have this user-controlled bridge pair. And we drag that in as a prefab variant. Whew, what a rush. Okay, so we've got all this stuff working fine for us. And again, guys, this bridge pair would be utilized. Let's say we'd have something here. It's kind of like Squid Game, You've got this creepy bridge, and you got to choose which one you want to cross, right? And that's the goal. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining today. That was really, really fun. Again, you got 3 days left. Take advantage of the Black Friday sale. Supports the channel. I always appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later. Happy Saturday. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have, and you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I love you too.